A little bit of fringe. Let's sew. Welcome, welcome. Today, this is such a fun project. I hope you love it. I can't wait to have it made, and I'm going to have it made in just a little bit because it's an easy project. So I'm using a new pattern, 127 Aikila's asymmetrical top. This was a Hugo Boss, and I love following Hugo Boss a little bit because his designs for women are so classic and so simple. I just love what he does with them. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of combining a few things that are popular for fall 2017, and that is I'm taking the asymmetric look, which is extremely popular, and I'm going to do it in a black and white. I'm going to explain to you what I'm doing, and then I'm going to add some fringe because it's just all over, and it doesn't have to be a lot, it just has to be a little bit. So I'm going to show you the fabrics I'm choosing and why, how I'm laying it out. I'm going to go sew it, then I'm going to come back and we're going to fringe it. But before we do that, the black, what I'm going to do is a cream base. It'll kind of look like a white, but it's not. You can see it's kind of the same color as the top I have on. It's kind of an off-white, and I love this color. I love this color for fall because it's bright and fresh, but it's not white. It's just perfect. So that's going to be the base. So my base is here, and I'm going to cut the front, the back, and then one sleeve because that's the way this particular pattern works. So this base being the cream, front, back, and one sleeve. And then on top is going to be the black, which is going to be the front, the back overlay, and then the sleeve. That's the part I'm going to fringe. So what you want to do when you're thinking about this is look at the big picture. For instance, what are you going to wear it with? I'm going to do it with, I have black rayon leggings, so that's no big deal. And it's going to almost look like a monochromatic tone-on-tone top to bottom, but it's going to have this great offset of off-white. I'm going to use black for the belt, so it's really going to have a vertical look, but still be very contemporary and give me all the components I need. So remember that what I'm saying to you is the black, and this is a black rayon, is going to be the overlay. That's going to be the part that's fringed, and so I want to make sure that my fringe is working in correct way. The fringe always goes with the stretch. That's the direction you need to cut. But with this rayon, what you notice is I have stretch in both directions. So just down in the corner in a little sample, cut this way and see if that stretches. And what you can see is it does not. I mean, it stretches, but it doesn't fringe. And the curl is what you want. When you pull on the knit, you want it to irrevocably kind of pull and twist so that you get that beautiful fringe. So I'm going to go the other way. And again, just do it right on the edge of your fabric so it's not really taking up a lot. And when I do this, this is the selvage over here. So when I'm cutting along the selvage, that's not fringing. When I'm doing this other way, and you can see the difference is that now, see, it's longer and it's not returning. So that's the direction I'm going to fringe. And so what that means is, and oh, that's going to fringe so pretty. It's making these little tubes. It's just going to be beautiful. Funny that I get excited about little things like this. But anyway, so I'm going to lay my overlay up and down this way. And so instead of laying it typically like you'd lay it along the grain, it's going to go this way. And I'm going to do an overlay. So one's going to go this way, one's going to go this way, and then my sleeve. So I'm going to lay it out, I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to come back and we'll fringe it. And I'll show you how I'm going to fringe it because I'm going to fringe it at an angle rather than fringing the whole thing. But again, this is just really fun. So on the base, I got a yard. For the amount of the overlay, I got a yard. So you'll need a yard of each fabric. And the overlay, if you're going to fringe it, you just got to make sure that you're putting it in the right direction. And so do your little test down here, and then you're ready to go. And be sure you're laying it out with sides up, right sides up, because that's how the pattern is. All right, so let's go sew, and we'll be back. Okay, so here we are. I've got it made. And now starts the fun part. So you see the half of the light and half of the dark. And I'm going to put that up and we're going to get started on the fringe, which is the best part. All right, so what I did is because I don't want my fringe to be a horizontal line, it's going to be more flattering if it's at an angle. And you can choose any angle you want. But what I did is I put tape here And I kind of followed the line of the French dart. I know you can't see that, but I put some tape here. So what I'm going to do, this edge is unfinished. You wouldn't want to finish that edge and then fringe it. It wouldn't be congruent. And so I left that undone. I finished the neck edge. You put them together, and I finished it with a black fold over elastic. Just gave it some texture. And all these are the most fun thing about sewing, because I can do whatever I want. It's all my choices. And sometimes we like it and sometimes we don't. But the good news is it's all reversible. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to cut it about, mine are probably 1/4 inch. And I'm going to go to my tape. So my tape is just a guideline so that I can keep my fringe I want my fringe to kind of do a little visual there. And it's easier, obviously, to do this on the table. I just want to do a few. I'll show you, and then I'll continue and do them all, and we'll show you the finished product. Okay, so that's the effect I'm going to get. Hold these at the base before you pull. Pull. And they're just fun. I mean, they are just fun. If you have little kids around, you can have the little kids pull. And they can learn to pull gently, because you don't want to pull too hard or else you'll end up with nothing there. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to continue around. You see it's going to get lower on the side, and then I'm going to go ahead and fringe up the back. Same angle. And that angle I just picked, it's almost like a bias. You could come up higher. You could do anything, obviously, you want. What I would recommend is that you cut lower than you think, because then you can always cut up higher. You can't decide, oh, no, that's too much, and go lower. Notice my fringe now is hanging longer than my top. It's because this is at an angle. It's grown a little bit, and I hemmed the blouse. So that's the look I'm going to get. And like I said, I'm going to continue, and we'll show you when we're done. I love it. This is just so much fun of sewing, because you can do what you want, where you want. I just love it. It's just so much fun. I put a belt on it. You certainly don't have to, but this is what I was talking about, where it really gives you a long vertical look, and it makes you look skinnier. That's a good thing. I'm going to take the belt off just so you can kind of see it without the belt. So you can see either way works. You don't need a belt. You don't, whichever way you like best. And the fun thing is there's just so many variables. So this is, we're at first plate, and now you get to take it home. You get to do all your variables and have all the fun. So from Silhouette Patterns, happy sewing.